Garrett Clark recently opened up about some health struggles, so we're going to break that down in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Golf Clan, your home for YouTube golf news. Today's video is a little bit different from some other videos where it's not a fun topic to talk about, but I do want to bring you the latest news in the YouTube golf space, and this is certainly something that you should be aware of. So let's go ahead and play the clip from Garrett.
All right, guys, I've been seeing some comments of you guys saying I was disinterested in the road trip videos, but I want you guys to know that's not true. I will say, if I seemed like I wasn't present or I wasn't super focused, there's a reason for it. I've been dealing with some minor health issues the last 5 months, and it's pretty on and off, and a lot of it can be cured by diet and a regulated schedule in general. But when I'm in a stressful situation, for example, driving 10 straight days, staying in new hotels, it can make my symptoms a lot worse. And I will touch on it a lot more on a podcast eventually, but one of which is vertigo. Muirfield was my worst day for sure. I was super dizzy, and I had some other rough days along the road trip, but yeah, I wanted to tell you guys I'm still motivated. I'm still just as motivated as I've ever been, and I freaking love good, and I love you guys, and I love you too. 5 months ago, my heart palpitations started getting really bad. I've had heart palpitations since I was probably like 14, but at this time, 5 months ago, I was drinking caffeine, drinking a little bit of alcohol, but nothing like crazy, not too much caffeine or alcohol. But it was definitely leading to, say I'm in the gym and I bend over wrong or I'm working out too hard, it'll start going crazy. Like the weirdest feeling. It's like, the way to explain it is it goes like that's the beat, and it'll go, sometimes it can literally go from like a 1 minute to 45 minutes. I've had it last, and sometimes it's like the feeling, the only way to describe it is like you feel like you're gonna faint. You feel lightheaded, super dizzy, and afterwards I get tingling sensations throughout my body in various parts. Maybe okay, that cut off my feet, legs, hands, fingers, whatever. And this scares me more. Sometimes will convince myself that, okay, I'm having a stroke, or I'm in a really weird situation where I need to go to the ER, which I have gone to the ER twice because I thought something was seriously wrong. And this all started getting really bad 5 months ago. And it was right around the time of the fan meetup, which was when it was the worst. I was in the ER the night before. I was running on 1 hour of sleep going into the fan meetup in Arizona. That's when I was super nervous on the tee shot. And I want to say one thing that makes it a lot worse is when I get nervous or stressed out, it makes my heart palpitations a lot worse. And again, it leads to those other symptoms. I unfortunately on that first tee shot had heart palpitations. After the first tee shot, after I shanked it, I figured out the valve was okay. I ended up being all right the rest of the night. With all that being said, I've never experienced panic attacks a day in my life, but these heart issues or palpitations that were going on led to me getting panic attacks, and those have lasted on and off for the last 5 months. They've gotten a lot better because I've given up entirely caffeine, alcohol. I'm trying to work as much as possible on my diet. I'm working out as much as physically possible. Sometimes I wake up, my heart's not feeling good. I can feel my chest. I can feel how it feels, and I can't even go to the gym, and that happens. But you just got to ride those days. And even when I have those days, I still film, and sometimes my personality does not show through how it normally does or how I want it to. And again, that to me that hurts because I want to give you guys the best of me, and I want to show you guys a positive light. And when I'm not, I guess, performing in a sense to my fullest ability, it hurts me as well. And then I go in the comments and I see everything that's being said, and it's like, dang, I don't know. It all compounds on one another. But I guess long story short, I ended up seeing a cardiologist about 3 months ago. He told me it was an electrical issue in my heart. Nothing life-threatening right now, he said. Just stay focused on your diet. Do everything you can to keep a good schedule. And that's really hard when obviously we're traveling a bunch, but I'm trying my best. He prescribed me to a beta blocker. I took that for a month to lower my blood pressure. It didn't work. It actually made it worse. I'm off the beta blocker. My blood pressure's been feeling a lot better. heart palpitations have overall gone down. But again, that one specific trip, the road trip, I was on and off kind of struggling, and unfortunately it showed through on camera. And again, like for me, it just sucks because like I want to give you guys everything. I want to give you guys positivity. I want to give you guys the Garrett that you guys are used to. And some days I'm not fully there. And yeah. Anyways, that's long story short. There's a lot more to it, and I'm sure I'll touch on it on podcast eventually. But I just wanted to take you guys through the last 5 months. But we're starting to do better, and yeah, it's still on and off though. But if you guys see me on camera kind of feeling some type of way, you can probably assume I might be feeling some type of way. But thank you guys. And I really do appreciate you guys watching the road trip videos. They popped off, and that's because of you guys. Yeah. Peace.
Okay, so right off the bat, the heart is not something to mess with. I mean, any health issue is something to be concerned about, but the heart is obviously central organ, and so we just want to wish Garrett a speedy recovery and just acknowledge that, hey, if there's an electrical issue going on in his heart, we just, want to be respectful of his health and put his health first. So appreciate his openness. I was not aware of this health issue. I wasn't aware that he was getting a lot of comments saying that he looked off in videos. I didn't know any of this was really happening. So appreciate his transparency. And he mentioned that he can share more about this in an upcoming podcast, potentially a good podcast. They haven't posted in a while, but if there is a podcast dropping in the future, expect to potentially hear more about this issue that Garrett has been having since he said he was about 14, but it really started acting up about 5 months ago, as he shared. And so at that Arizona fan meetup, I was there. The crowd was electric. I mean, this meetup kind of blew any expectations out of the water in terms of size. At that point, it was the largest meetup to date. The head of social media for Callaway, Johnny Wonder, was there, and I was walking around. I know Johnny, and he was blown away in terms of good and their appeal, their fan base, the loyalty, the stickiness of their community. It was crazy. And why do I bring that up? Well, the more fans, the more people, the more stress that you're under if you're trying to hit between alleys of people lining fairways. And so for Garrett to kind of share now that he got 1 hour's sleep the night before that fan meetup, he felt on the tee box those heart palpitations. It just really sheds a whole new light on what happened, because everyone has seen the video on social media that circulated. He shanked his drive. It hit a fan. It became this big story, and he rolled with it. He took care of that fan, invited him back. Really, I think he cross-posted with him on Instagram, Val. And so he did everything but possibly he could to make it right. But it's like, wow, so you're telling me that this guy's on an hour of sleep and his heart is throbbing as he's trying to hit a golf ball at the largest fan meetup where they're lining fairways like it's a PGA Tour event. It's just like, wow. I mean, for me, it just kind of changes that whole, before I might have felt comfortable making a joke about that because Garrett's even embraced it, but can't really joke about that. I had no idea that was going on at that time. Something else that's clear from this announcement from Garrett, or just opening up about this, is that he really cares about his community. That's just something that's super clear, is that he's watching the comments, he's looking at the subreddit, he cares about what people think about good, what people think about him, and him seeing people commenting, hey, Garrett's showing up, he's not his best, where's his energy, he looks off, he's too tired, his head's in the wrong space, he's distracted with other things. Garrett is reading, and he does care about that. And that's just something about Garrett where it's like, he has built his career. He has been grinding on YouTube for years and years and years and years, right? Since he started that first channel. It's like some soccer ball channel on YouTube. That was his username. And he built it. Like the blood, sweat, the tears, the years and years and years. And don't think for 1 second that he takes for granted his social media community, because he knows that his success is dependent upon him continuing to deliver for his fans. And so he's aware of that. He's attentive of it. And it got to the point that he just decided to open up and share on Snapchat everything about this health concern that he's been dealing with. So he genuinely cares. You have to respect it. I mean, he's a guy who really cares about his career and cares about his image, or cares about kind of delivering for the fans. I think that's a better way of saying it. He really cares about delivering with the fans. So it seems like he is trying to get his diet in check, get his schedule in check as much as possible. He says that he's cut out alcohol and caffeine, and he's working out a lot, just trying to get to a healthier state. It sounds like he's getting better, but to have vertigo, panic attacks, heart palpitations, this is not a light matter, right? This isn't like, oh, my back's a little sore and that's, has me feeling down or my wrist hurts. Like this is, he's checking himself into the ER because he's not sure if he's okay, if it's normal for his heart to be throbbing through his chest like that. So it's very serious, a very serious matter. He said that he tried out beta blockers to lower his blood pressure, and that didn't help, so he's off beta blockers. Anyway, we wish that Garrett gets a speedy recovery, that he can take care of himself as much as possible. Here's a guy who has a lot going on with the travel schedule of Good, combined with him making the push that he's made with GM Golf YouTube channel. He's crossed 950,000 subscribers. He's gunning towards 1 million. He's making banger videos with Ryder. Here's a guy who's really leaving it all on the line, and maybe to his body's detriment. And you have to just respect how much he's, putting it all out there. But at the same time, you also, if you care about Garrett, you want to say, hey, maybe slow down. Is it possible to just kind of give yourself at least 1 week a month where you're just resting, you're not filming anything, you're just taking care of your body, your sleep, your diet, everything, going in, seeing a doctor if you need to. Like, you just want him to put his health and wellness first, because without his health, then nothing else is possible. So I think that's kind of the message that a lot of, Garrett's viewers would have for him, is just, hey, we appreciate the content. We absolutely love these videos. I mean, today he put out a video 2v2. He played with Quan against Andrew Kozin and James Nicholas, 2v2 on GM Golf channel. Amazing video, phenomenal. But you just know Garrett's traveling and grinding and always working. So at some point that can catch up to your body. And, you maybe just want to tell him, slow down a little bit. Everyone's going to be here. It's okay. Put yourself first. Rest up and take care of yourself. And then lastly, this is just a reminder that these guys are humans. I think sometimes when you watch your favorite YouTubers, you watch people on TV, you see them perform, and you just expect that whenever you see them. Whenever you run into them, you're at the airport, and you just think that they're going to be the same character that you watch on TV, YouTube, whatever it is. This is just a reminder that everyone is human. Everyone has aches, they have pains, they have good days, they have bad days. Especially with these good videos, I think some of the viewers are maybe hypercritical of somebody having an off day or not performing, not being their best. It's just a reminder that, hey, these guys, not only are these guys human and they have aches and pains and sometimes they're hangry and all this stuff, but they have crazy schedules where their sleep is thrown off, their diet is thrown off, they're not seeing their family. Like, they are traveling on tour almost every week of the month. And so just makes it harder to function at your best when you're not at home, you're not in your routine, you don't have good sleep every night, all that stuff. So reminder, kind of give these guys a break, show some grace here a little bit. But I wanted to present you with what's going on with Garrett Clark's health, and make sure to show him some, kind words and appreciation, encouragement as he continues to try to get better, which it sounds like he is. So that's great to hear. I'm Dougie from the Golf Clan. Thank you for watching this episode. The Golf Clan is your home for YouTube golf news. Whatever happens at the YouTube golf space, I will bring it to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up button. I want to continue making good videos for you and better videos for you. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching this, and I'll see you in the next episode.